Hey, folks, welcome to Stupid O'Clock. Lewis Lee is on assignment, so we won't actually be doing our regular news broadcast this show. So, hey, Michaela. Michaela's getting ready to go to bed, but she wanted to stop by and say hi. Hey, Scott. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Excuse me.
And you found your shirt. Apparently, Skunk lost a shirt quite some time ago.
Yeah, this shirt I haven't had in years. I lost this forever ago. I got this at Walmart, and I remember when I first saw it, I fell in love with it because it's got this Ed Hardy art style, but it's a skunk, and I lost it. I don't even know how I lost it. I lost it at a con or something like that. I think it was Liberty Con, and I was so bummed that I lost this shirt, and it just popped up on eBay just the other day, and I was like, buy it now, I don't care, buy it now, I don't care how much it was shipping, all of that, I don't care, it was like $8.50 for shipping, I don't care, I need to have this shirt, and I got my shirt back, and I'm so happy.
$850 later.
No,
I would have paid $50 for this. Seriously, I'm so happy to have this shirt again. You guys have no idea. I love this shirt. Just look at that design.
I wish you had more light on it. Though.
So great.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Don't put it back up there.
What? You full screen me?
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
It's nice design.
Oh yeah, okay. Definitely.
All right, that's enough of that. All right.
I love and what it is it's a skunk with a gambling addiction, which I don't have a gambling addiction. But I think it's great because in one hand he's got the bet ticket, and under his arm he's got the race results. So I think that was funny.
Hello, Marty. Nice to see you.
And I always said, if I ever stop smoking, I'm just going to replace cigarettes with keeping a matchstick in my mouth. That oral fixation.
I always want to do the old
or a toothpick. It doesn't matter.
I always want to do the old.
I think matchsticks. Having a matchstick right there is cooler than a toothpick.
I don't know. Depends on whether or not you actually light the thing.
We're not doing news.
Well, I'm always ready to start a fire.
We're not doing news tonight, but speaking of fires, I wanted to bring this up. I'm going to read. I may not be looking at y'all. I'm reading this. Some guy in a Hummer H2. Okay.
Saw that.
Pulled up to a gas station, loaded up the back of his Hummer with 20 gallons worth of gas cans, and didn't even get off the block with the gas station before the back of the vehicle burst into flames. And of course, it's a Florida man. So, and they got a picture of this guy's, what is it? What do those things run? $50,000?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's the shell of a Hummer.
Yeah.
You got to wonder now. I mean, I've carried gasoline from a gas station home to put in my lawnmower before. How did he manage to set the back of the car on fire?
Very carefully.
I'm going to say
I think it was very incarefully here.
The other one that got my attention on this, Joe will like this one. This guy got busted by the police. He was sitting in the back seat of his Tesla while it was on auto drive. Okay, which is illegal. So they put him in jail, fine him, monster, stuff like that. Anyway, they impound the car. What does he do? He goes out, buys another one, and gets busted doing the same damn thing.
Auto drive is not autopilot, though.
No.
But
the way some people drive.
Yeah, really. Well, if he could buy a second one, I mean, it's not like it was a leasing job. If he's got the money to buy another one, go ahead and hit him up for 15 years in prison. It doesn't matter.
I got to plug something. I've got a T-shirt out that I've got to plug. Yeah, it's one that everybody has to have. That's not what she said.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's interested, here is a link.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know you were going to throw it up like that. Let's do that. Oh, there's several links, actually.
Yeah.
Hi, Carl.
So that popped up on all my YouTube pages.
I'll say hi to Carl while Joe sells T-shirts.
Yeah. But this is a great T-shirt. I know. I can imagine seeing people walk through the Walmarts wearing this one. That's not what she said.
It has those letters and words things on it. Most people at Walmart can't read that.
You have a higher class of Walmart than I've ever been in.
Really? They wear T-shirts?
Lucky we can get them to wear something besides pajamas.
Or halter tops and thongs.
Yeah, Carl. Brian was really, everything was still going on there, and I had to leave, and I'll have to watch the last 15 minutes or so on replay. But once they started talking about the Green Lantern comic book, I was just endlessly fascinated with their different points of view on that. That was nice. Duh.
Oh, sorry I was late jumping in. I was having to chase some stuff down, run cats out of here.
Call me barking dog.
Plural. Yeah. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to burst Joe's bubble. He has a new cat. Yeah. Well, technically, he doesn't have a cat.
My wife
has a cat.
That's a cat.
Yes.
But guess who's laughing?
It's him.
The thing is, just the day before we acquired this gray fuzzball, she told me that I was not to bring another animal into the house. The next day, she sees this cute little gray cat, picks it up. I remind her of what she said, which made her even more determined to bring the cat home. She said, "We're not bringing any more animals into my house." I said, "Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm getting a husky next week." Go ahead and say it, Dan.
Along with a he shed for you to move into in the backyard, probably.
It's already back there. I just got to clean it out.
Yep.
Carl asked, "But who has to clean the litter box?" She does. It's her cat.
Which means it'll be your son's job.
Yep.
Trust me, I've been married several times. I know how this works.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I wasn't ready for this. I'll be right back.
All right.
Let's see. There it is. Okay.
May I?
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl Witzman, for buying the first copy of my 9th album. That was a wonderful thing to wake up to this morning.
Album, not book.
No, album, yes. When I'm stalled out on writing books, I write music. So, over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I put together another album. My second one for this year, which tells you just how stalled out I am on writing books. So, and I woke up this morning and Carl had bought a copy of it. And I'm just going, oh, that's, hey, I'm drinking good coffee because of you, boy. Thank you. It was a cause to celebrate in the household.
That it was.
I'll probably just turn around and invest that money in more music voices for the program, and hopefully I won't be stalled out on the stories for too much longer, and I can get that done and off to the publisher. He's already saying, "Where's my stuff?" Oh, you're welcome, Carl. Oh,
And John Pica is saying hi to us. So, hi,
Yeah,
John.
hey, John.
Thanks for tuning in. Sort of a slow night, just sort of sitting here, biddle booping around.
We're percolating. That's what we're
Biddle
doing.
booping. I'm not sure I know how to biddle boop. Oh.
I can't wait till John figures out how to animate that background. And watching those little circles spin.
Ooh, you just gave me an idea.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, right time of night at Dragon Con, they did spin.
Right time of night.
Yeah.
At LibertyCon, it'd been about like 2 in the afternoon. Oh, but I'm not the person to look up to as the professional image of a writer at a convention. So,
Oh, cool, John. So,
all right,
so we're actually getting to the second issue. That's actually good timing for a second issue, because usually time between first issue and second issue is years. This is just a few months, so that's awesome.
Isn't Blake in the League of Impossibilists?
Yes, he is.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, congratulations to both. I admire people that can create when it's one of those things where you have a butt in chair, fingers on keyboard, and type away sort of thing. I can't do that. I really can't. I wish I could. I'd probably have 50 books out now instead of 3, 4. 4. I don't work that way. Yay!
I think Skunk is tired.
What do you think? I'm tired.
Well, you're awful quiet tonight.
Well, when have I let him get a word in edgewise?
Thank you. I just didn't have anything to say.
Oh. Oh. I ain't got nothing to say tonight either.
The curtain behind the man obviously has wrinkles, so.
Lewis always gets us something to start with, but ain't got nothing to start with. Other than Elon has decided to quit taking Bitcoin to buy Teslas.
And Bitcoin,
Dogecoin, not Bitcoin.
No, Bitcoin.
Dogecoin.
No,
any cryptocurrency. It's any cryptocurrency.
He's canceled all cryptocurrency.
It's all cryptocurrencies. We will no longer be accepting cryptocurrencies to purchase a Tesla.
Because
I forgot to put the filters on.
Because of the electricity used, most of the mining is coming from electricity burning coal.
Well, that is a good reason. Oh, and didn't he have something about child labor in there too?
I don't know about child labor, but he said he's for a carbon tax.
It might have been something that somebody made up and just put words in his mouth.
No,
I don't know. I'll be right back. Well, yeah, but I saw it on Facebook, so it doesn't mean it was Elon. It meant somebody might have been quoting him. I'll be right back. I'm going to put the filters on the lights so that I don't look so damn orange.
All right. But yeah, he's this hated bastion of capitalism is now spouting liberal policies. Neither side knows how to take him, which I love. And I just did it again, didn't I? I've got to move my mic to where I don't bump into it so much. Is there something trying to sneak out of the back of your chair, John?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I've got normal flesh tones now, or at least as normal as I get.
And you got a shadow on the right side of your face.
Whom?
Dan?
Me, obviously. And looking at the camera, I'm going, let's see, I'm dyslexic, so he means right is my other right. No.
No, your actual right side. Reach up and touch your right cheek.
Now I've got to figure out which one that is. Okay, the one with the microphone is the left. So, you know this.
Yeah, there's a shadow right in there.
Well, let me see here.
That's a little better.
Yeah, but now I'm kind of washed out. But then, you know.
Well,
Hello,
you've been washed
Carly.
up for years.
You
said washed out. I'm sorry. Hey, Carly.
Oh. Oh, ye of little faith. Let's see if I can get that out of my eyes. Yes.
His camera's jiggling.
No, it's just that this green screen was set up for my other camera and not my fucking laptop. I just need my computer to be fixed already.
Oh, yeah. It'll be all right. The parts are coming in.
Because every time he does that, I can see the edge of the freaking green screen, and it pisses me off every time.
Yeah, well, it doesn't do me much good. That's the one over. Oh, I see what that is. That's a wrinkle.
Uh-oh.
Freaking stop! Just pick a size for the screen. Just pick one and just leave it alone. I don't. Never mind.
Oh, sorry. It does that whenever the
I know
comments come up.
I know. It's just aggravating. It's extremely aggravating. I put in all this freaking work and it ain't for fucking whatever.
Oh well, it's just a temporary problem. You'll have it fixed in a few days.
And it's more noticeable as I sit down, so maybe it is a shadow. That got rid of it.
Yeah.
And I definitely still have the over here. But and I'm not in a professional studio. Why should I care about the lighting? It's not like I'm getting paid to do this.
Nope. And Carly goes, gotta love the technicals. Yep.
Yeah, well, Skunk is right. You know, if you can't pay attention to the details, then maybe you should just relax and remember it's only just a show. Well, let's see.
All right, Joel.
There was
but I actually could build my own bots. That's the problem.
There was another Florida man story about he was walking his Labrador Retriever next to a pond, and an alligator popped out and grabbed his Labrador Retriever. He jumped in and pried the dog out.
Wasn't that the one that sort of looked like Carl, bald-headed guy with a cigar in his mouth?
No, that's the one from last year. This is a new one. This one just happened this week.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen every day.
Well, have you heard that one of the reasons the gators are moving north is all the boas and all that got loose out in the Everglades?
Oh, come on. Like a snake is going to actually be a threat to an alligator?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of their few predators.
Yeah. We're talking 30, 40-foot boas and pythons and anacondas.
And only 12 to 18-foot alligators?
Yeah. which means he can wrap around him about 4 or 5 times. Hey, there's my cousin from up North Hamilton County, Tim McKeel. Hey, Tim, thank you for tuning in. We are a group of geeks and all that, and Tim's right. Yeah, snakes eat the gators.
Let's see him tackle a snapping turtle. They probably can. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the problem is they have cleaned out all the deer, all the rabbits, all the small game.
So they have nothing left to prey on but each other.
But the alligators, and the alligators are running from them. And yeah, Tim is sort of a Florida boy.
Yeah, I always thought the ones up here just came north because they like to play golf because they hang out in the damn golf courses all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, up north for you would be you're almost swamp country there.
There's a battleship memorial. There's a battleship memorial in Wilmington, Delaware. Or not, I'm sorry, Wilmington, North Carolina. For the battleship North Carolina. And they've got it in this little moat kind of thing off to the side.
And they have a dragon in the moat?
As you walk up the gangplank to get onto the battleship, if you look down, they've got this. When I was there a few years back, it was an 8-foot alligator hanging out in and around the battleship.
Well, that's one way to guard your battleship from invaders.
Hey, if you've got a moat and you don't have a dragon, what are you?
Now I'm curious.
Yeah, really. So am I. New ammo holder?
I didn't know. I didn't know Victoria's Secret's made a ammo holder.
Well, y'all heard what the new flaunting of wealth is now, haven't you?
Oh yes, definitely.
Shooting up a flaming fire gas-soaked piece of plywood with a fresh box of the 9mm ammo shells. Tim is asking, what is Dan drinking and John? Oh, Skunk got one too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Skunk has my
hold up
brand.
Hold up your can so my cousin can see what you got.
What, natural light?
Yeah.
Yep.
Natty Light, Guinness, and Sam Adams.
Summer Ale
is my normal brand for off-screen drinking. Which
and I'm drinking clear American Mandarin Orange.
Yep, because you've already finished your coffee allotment for the day.
Yep.
And you'd like to be able to sleep tonight.
Yep.
Well, I keep waiting for somebody to say that they played my album and got a good night's sleep for a change, because definitely the entire concept behind this 9th album was, this shit'll put you to sleep.
I'll have to try that in a little bit.
Yeah, go right ahead.
That.
I recommend it, and believe me, you can still listen for free without having to buy it.
Oh, that's what I hate about my Fire Stick. I can put on Pandora and it plays for 2 hours and then ask if I'm still listening.
Oh.
Or watch a YouTube or whatever. 2 hours. Are you still watching? Yes.
Can you not go in and change that?
Nope.
I put on YouTube and it can play for 2 days and it doesn't ask me a single thing. It just goes, well, here's the next one.
Well, on the computer it does, but Fire Sticks don't.
Oh, yep. I can understand that.
And Carl just said it's a relaxing album, needs to copy it to the phone so he can try using it for sleep.
That's exactly why I wrote it, so that people with difficulty falling asleep can fall asleep. I mean, I'm a boring guy. Here's some boring music to put yourself to sleep. So
Yeah, Skunk is quiet tonight. Skunk's usually the talkative one of the bunch, but he just hadn't got much to say tonight, he says.
I'm guessing he's pissed off because his computer is busted and he's waiting on a part. I
That's
would
part
be.
of it, yeah. Among other things, I just don't really have any. Every time you do that, I see that corner down here, to my right, stage left, and I just see it, and it angers me every time.
Yeah, well, we got to bring our comments
I
up.
know. Well, I'm trying not to look.
Let's try this. Let's see if it does it now.
It's still gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because the name's going away. It's the only thing covering it up and making me not being able to see it.
Don't look, Ethel.
Oh, and Carl probably doesn't like hearing the murder shows at night.
That's because Carl didn't meet Donna in a serial killer chat room like I met Lindsay. So I was prepared for that when she got here.
I'm getting a little worried about my wife. She's getting into knife sharpening.
I would worry when she gets into knife throwing.
Or knife doling. She starts putting notches in the butcher knife, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
When the neighbors start disappearing.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if somebody ever cuts me, I hope it's with a sharp knife.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Dull ones hurt like hell. Sharp ones, you just bleed to death.
And Carl says she watches cold case files and women who go on rampages or something like that.
Yes, that's fine nighttime fare for.
And Dan, I think I found your second soulmate.
Donna. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong direction for the camera. Over there is the true crime books on that shelf. They take up 3 shelves of the bookcase. And I only bought 4 of them.
Oh.
I've got to move this sucker. It's right in my face. I don't care about the shadow on the... Oh, wait. No, now it's got loose.
Tim's asking, how often do we do this? Tim, we have been doing this every Thursday night since the pandemic started. And we also do it Saturday night at 11 p.m.
Because we're crazy like that. Well, that gets rid of the shadow. Okay, I can stand the glare. Da-da-da!
And the filter? What filter did you put on it?
It is a blue cereal bowl from Kroger.
A blue cereal bowl from Kroger. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I've got 2 more on the other lamp up there. And I've got one on a fluorescent light strip that is entirely too dim because it's all not fluorescent. It's diodes. What you call them? The ones that don't use any power and definitely put out just about as much light.
LEDs.
That's the one.
And John B. Piker says, guess what soundtrack I'm listening to while drawing? Would it be Dan's new album available on Bandcamp?
If you can stay awake while listening to that, you're a better man than I am, and I wrote it. Tonight was the first time I listened to it all the way through and didn't go to sleep. Last night, I used it to try and nod off to at 3 o'clock in the morning, and by 3:05, I was out like a light.
And then Carl Witzman says, shine the light on Dan's face and ask him where he was the night of August 3rd, 1987.
At work. I have time cards to prove it.
I think that was a Saturday, wasn't it?
Doesn't matter. The way I worked back then, it was either 7 days a week or 4 on, 4 off. It really didn't matter. If I wasn't asleep at home, I was at work.
And John says, no, he's not listening to that, but he will check it out. John, I hadn't had a chance to listen to it, but from listening to Carl Witzman talk about it, it's something I might have to add to my collection.
Well, like a lot of my stuff, it was done quickly with very little editing because I am a hack. But it's nice. It's nice. And every time I shift the chair back, it lifts the table, which moves the camera.
Don't do that.
Let me just move a little further away. The bad thing about doing this every week is I have to put the camera back in the same position or as close as I can get. And that doesn't always work.
All right. Oh, good grief. We got to find something to talk about, guys.
How about that Babylonian Tupperware?
We're not even 35 minutes into this one.
Oh, come on now. We usually can ramble on about all kinds of really interesting stuff for hours and hours.
Yeah, but we ain't found our groove yet. We need our groove. And Tim says, are you out back? No, actually, this is the room just beside the front porch.
All right, here's a news story for you. Georgia has declared that for people who are fully vaccinated, masks are now optional for indoor and outdoor public appearances, gatherings, especially among people who are also fully vaccinated. Now, if you're going someplace where you don't know whether or not people have been vaccinated, masks are still recommended.
And CDC has lifted the requirement for masks indoor or outdoor for those fully vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't expect to be allowed to stop wearing a mask at work for another 6 to 8 years because they're European and they don't really care. Oh, wait a minute, I'm retirement age. They might require me to do without a mask and hope that I die before I can collect my retirement fund. But that's management for you.
John says he's got something to discuss. If you could guarantee one thing in life besides money, what would it be? I think the one thing I can guarantee tonight, I think the bilge pumps have failed on this ship.
That's not what he meant, Joe.
The one thing that I would wish for is to make sure that my wife and I are able to stay together and healthy for the rest of our lives.
I'd like to have a family homestead that I don't have to worry about taxes or any of that stuff on,
That would be nice as well. Yeah.
Nice big piece of property, a couple little houses on it, that sort of thing.
That would be very nice as well.
And a 1,000-yard shooting range.
I actually could do that on the family farm. There's a hillside that's built to be a shooting range. It just kind of rears up out of nowhere, and it's nothing but solid dirt for half a mile. So it doesn't matter what you're shooting at. It's not going to go through that much Georgia red clay.
I have questions.
Yes.
It says if you could be guaranteed one thing in life besides money, so it could be anything, guaranteed, except money. You can't choose monetary gain, right? But it could be anything else. Is that correct?
That seems to be the way the question was phrased.
And nothing to the effect of like it has to be. Can we go fantastical with this? That's my question.
Hey, yeah, knock yourself out.
I'm gonna live forever.
Who wants to live forever?
Me, damn it! I want to live forever.
Who wants to live forever?
Because if you think about this for a minute. In my lifetime, right? In my lifetime, we may get to Mars. In my lifetime, may. But I doubt we're going to go any further than that.
This is true. If you could live forever, you could hop a ship and go on.
I want to be alive when we land on Alpha Centauri. Or is Alpha Centauri a star?
That's a star.
It is.
Okay.
But it does have
There's a planet at Alpha Centauri. It has a name. I don't know what it is.
Alpha Centauri Prime A, B, C, and D.
It's one of those. They think it has the ability to sustain
C or D
life.
C or D.
Probably C. Sounds right to me. Third rock from the sun. There you go.
Yep.
I want to be alive when we land on that planet. Because if we land on that planet and there's intelligent life there, I want my head to explode. That would be so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Alpha Centauri has 2 stars.
3. There's Proxima, there's Alpha and Beta. It is a very complicated orbit, and Proxima is not that close to Alpha and Beta, but it is it's a much dimmer star, and it's a flare star, so you get all kind of solar flares off of it. That's a nasty
Nick,
condition.
Here's the problem with any kind of like supernatural ability, right? If you can only choose one, right? You can only choose one. Then it's useless without the whole lot, right? Okay, think about this for a minute. If you had the ability to fly, well, how do you have the ability to fly? Can you just jump really high and then kind of glide down to the ground? Because you won't be able to slow your ascent. You have no ability of being able to do that. Eventually, you'll hit terminal velocity, and your legs are going to shoot through your shins. Or you can float, but you can only float as high as you can jump and only as fast as you can run. At which point, you're basically just showing off to people, look, I can kind of float off of the ground like 2 feet and at about 10 miles an hour at the most, which means you're just going to get targeted by people that have paintball guns.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have the gambit. You have to have the super strength and the super speed and the super agility and the fast reflex. It's the complete package, right? You know,
be able to land at terminal velocity.
Mm-hmm. You got to think of, you got to think about that for a minute, all right? The spider sense is arguably useful for Spider-Man, but if he didn't have the fast reflexes and the super strength and all the other stuff that came with it, he would basically just go, "Oh my God, I'm about to get punched in the face," and then get punched in the face because there's nothing he can do about it. He's not, as a human being, he wouldn't be fast enough. As a mutate, he's able to dodge out of the way.
I
See what
think
I'm
that's
saying?
what Nick
So
was. I think that was what Nick was getting about.
If I pick living forever, right? I live forever. That doesn't mean I'm invincible. I could still die.
It doesn't mean you're eternally young either.
The alligators might live forever, but if they get injured or get a disease, it kills them. But theoretically, an alligator could live forever.
Or a shark, for that matter.
Sharks are another one. I can't remember the name for it. There's a class of animals that basically they'll just keep growing forever and ever and ever. It'll get, less every year, but unless something an injury kills them, or B, they catch a disease that kills them, they just don't die.
Yep. Jellyfish is an interesting thing.
The jellyfish was the one I was going to bring up. Yeah.
Yeah. When they get to a certain age and they really can't keep going on, they regress back to an infant jellyfish and pretty much start all over again. And that's weird as all get out, because
that's a lot of diapers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that I wish I had amended my
remember the jellyfish
original
gun, they're in
statement.
the ocean.
The thing I want to live without is the fear of dementia and all that goes with that, and which includes an old age supply of diapers.
Yeah, but if you regress back to young age, you basically go through the diaper thing like twice as long.
I want to point out that Blake Wilson at 9:41 p.m. had actually said, "Have a good show," and then in parentheses, it's Blake. Yeah, we know. We can see your name.
Now sometimes it shows up as Facebook user, to be fair. So
yeah.
So he was covering that base.
Sure.
And my cousin who's watching says, Lori just asked, can they see me? That Lori's his wife. No, we can't see you, Lori, but, those are nice curlers in your hair.
It reminds me of Lonnie Anderson when she wore curlers.
You can only see the people that are actively on the StreamYard feed.
So yeah.
We'd have to send you a link and then pop up your picture.
Yeah. And we got a new comment came in.
From Nick.
One guaranteed wish from Nick. Safe access, a portal to the White Raven bar as written in my RPG campaign, where all of the above items and individuals are real and accessible. Okay. So what is that RPG that you're talking about?
It's the one that he wrote. Hey, I mean, if we're really gonna go that far, like one wish, snap your finger, you can have anything at all happen, like to that extent, right? Not just something that you're guaranteed in this world, but that you can change things, right?
Oh, I've got the perfect wish. Well, it would have to be, where the genie gives you 3 wishes. And this is something that I've learned about that, is a genie has to continue granting wishes until it completes the 3rd wish. And on that 3rd wish, you say, you cock your leg, you rip a fart, and say, catch that fart and paint it green. It's impossible.
Yeah, but it's a genie. I thought
your farts came in green.
It's a genie, man. Genies can they're all powerful. Didn't you see Aladdin, Joe? Don't you know how this works?
Yep.
Well, if you don't wish for the right thing to start with, you're screwed.
Also, it depends on which genie we're talking about. If we're talking about the Aladdin genie, then yeah, you can absolutely do that. However, Joe, if we're talking about a djinn from like Wishmaster,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even get past Wish 2 before your hubris would get you murdered.
Well, now I have heard one story that a genie says there are 3 rules. You can't wish for infinite money. You can't make somebody fall in love with you, and you can't make the dead come back to life. This guy goes, from now on, I want all pinatas to yell, "Yeah, Daddy," every time you hit them. The genie
There
goes,
are
"Yeah,
4 rules.
there are 4 rules." I got a great knock-knock joke for you, Dan.
Now I'm frightened.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I'm an owl.
An owl who?
He ruined it.
Why? You got to say it right.
Joe.
I did say it right. I am a writer. I mean, I know grammar. She used to bake some really good cookies.
Yeah. Say it right, Dan. Come on.
An owl who?
Ooh, wise old owl. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
3.
Yeah.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
I am of the age
That's
where
3.
that was new at one time. Oh. Chillins and chillblains. I just showed my age.
Nick, really, please? My farts aren't that bad.
Are you
Just
kidding?
saying,
If Elon Musk finds out about you, you'll have a job in Texas, fueling rockets.
You know, I've been sitting there. I've been sitting here long enough, being able to think about it. And if okay, so if I get one wish, right? Snap my fingers and do doing both the most good and the most amount of evil in the world simultaneously would be awesome. Snap my finger and every furry in the world would just suddenly burst into their fursona at that moment. Now, I want you to think about this for a minute, because that means that there's going to be, some, like hextuple-breasted, gigantic horsewoman with a 6-foot dick is going to be working the counter at the McDonald's suddenly. I want you to think about that for a minute. That would be hilarious to me. And also, I'd have a big floofy tail, and that would be fun.
I'd be wondering whether
so
or not
we'd be making a lot of people very happy, and
him.
we'd be squicking a lot of people out at the same exact time, and that would be hilarious.
If I were to do that, it would be that no politician on the face of the planet could ever lie again.
Nobody would get elected.
And the drawback to that would be...
You got to remember what George Carlin said. We like our politicians to be full of shit. We like our politicians to be full of shit. We like it right up there in front where we get a big whiff of it. That's why we reelected Clinton. Bob Dole went up there and said, "I'm an honest man." Bullshit. Clinton went up there and said, "Hey, I'm full of shit. How do you like that? At least he's honest."
Uh-huh. And what was it Mark Twain said? You need to change a baby's diaper and a politician's quite often for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the power of colored gas. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
And it also demonstrated the ability of not being able to put all the pieces back together again exactly perfectly led to world understanding and peace, because everybody was speaking the wrong damn language for a change.
Okay, so the thing I just said, Nick said, "Oh, well, that might be interesting." Yeah, just imagine if like you're in the middle of an office staff meeting. Everybody's got their suit and ties on. There's a person who's giving a presentation and he's going over the quarterly reports. They got the IT guy in the back who's sitting there with a sketch pad, and then next thing you know, there's all of a sudden there's a poof, and everybody turns around and looks, and there's just this fox with huge tits, and she's just like, I don't know what just happened. Why is everybody staring at me?
I'll be right back.
I don't get invited to company staff meetings anymore. I keep pointing out that not only does the emperor have no clothes, but he's got knobby knees, and people are going to laugh at him in the locker room. Oh, it doesn't make me popular with the corporate types.
Yeah, they got mad at me when I show up to safety meetings with a bag of popcorn.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. We used to have OSHA training things where the guy would go, "Can somebody answer the question besides Dan?"
And then the rule change meetings, I'd show up with the big 2 bags of popcorn, and I'd hand one out. Sorgles would be shocking. Full-size dragons would be problematic. Yeah.
Okay. Evidently, I missed something while I was off to the little boy's room. Doesn't matter. Let's carry on.
Oh, and I just posted something into Uncle Carl's secret humor group.
Oh no.
That should, yeah, it's classic me.
Okay, I'm not leaving the show to go look it up, but it's sure to be entertaining when I wake up in the morning.
Carl is probably already just gone, oh dear God. What's he done now?
I can't ban him till he actually comes in the room. No. Uncle Carl only bans people that have no sense of humor or are trying to peddle bullshit. Spammers, I mean. Not me, but spammers.
Yeah, well, he knows I'm not a spammer. Of course, he questions my sanity sometimes.
Well, about the only thing I've ever run into in the green room is nobody ever questions my sobriety because they know I ain't got none.
Oh.
Yeah, the full-size dragons would be problematic. That would be another thing too. How many people have macro characters? Yeah, just imagine for a moment that you're driving down I-75, right? You're going down I-75. You're heading. Let's say that you're either heading to Dalton, right? On I-75. And as you approach Dalton, as you get closer, all of a sudden, there's just a poof. And then you look, and there's this gigantic dragon, just completely naked. It's just sitting there. It's looking around going like, my house is destroyed. And so is the neighbor's house and all of those houses over there. And my tail is on top of the power department and oh god, all those warehouses, and then they go to stand up and they crush like 6 more houses. It's like that would be
now
horrible.
who are you talking about, Skunk?
What?
Never mind.
I don't. I assume. I assume there is a dragon in Dalton. I don't have to be right about that. I picked Dalton because it would be a place that all 4 of us would have to drive to. None of us live in Dalton.
This is true.
A liquor in Dalton, does that count?
Ain't touching that line.
Yeah, that's right. Ringgold's in a dry county, right?
Yep,
Nope.
just beer and wine.
Well, I mean, you can go to a bar. There are no liquor stores in Ringgold, but you can go to a bar.
There are no bars in Ringgold.
Yes, there are. There's a couple of bars in Ringgold.
I need GPS coordinates.
No, you don't. They both suck.
I'll put it to you this way: if it's a Mexican place, there's alcohol.
Yeah, we used to have a Ruby Tuesdays. It had a pretty good bar until the tornado took it out. So.
Let me rephrase that because Jeff totally forgot that one Mexican restaurant was there. So there's 3 bars in Chattanooga, and 2 of them suck.
Ringgold.
Or in Ringgold. Yeah, there's like 9,000 bars in Chattanooga.
Yep.
But in Ringgold, there's 3 bars.
And only 6,000 of those suck. Yeah.
Well, I know Lamar's on ML King. Whew. I got done a margarita there one day. The guy poured the glass full of tequila, spritzed the lime, and sort of shook the salt shaker from way over here, and says, "Here."
Was Donna displeased?
No, she drinks that nasty stuff.
And your complaint is?
I don't like it when she drinks tequila. Her clothes don't fall off, but the fist of fury.
Yeah, okay, I can well understand that one.
Yeah, she wants to fight. And John Pica came up with something that I was gonna bring up, but since John brought it up, we can bring it about him. I blame this on him. How about that bridge in Memphis?
That one's going to take more than just a spot weld to fix.
Yeah, you ain't gonna tack weld that one back together.
Yeah, they showed a plate back behind it, and I'm not sure. I think that plate had 2 cracks in it too. So that
we barely talked about it, and I do want to talk about it a little bit more. The gas hoarding, right?
Yes. It's not as prevalent as Facebook makes it seem.
I meant to ask you about that since you drive for a living.
Oh, okay. I'll put it this way, right? I'll put it this way. This is, from what I understand, we have, let's see, 9. We have 9 vehicles total right now. We have technically 10, because we have the semi. We have the big semi. We got the box. We got the big box truck. We got the little box truck, and then we have 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 290. Oh, that's actually 11 vehicles. Okay, well, hold on. Let me do the math again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 90, small box truck, big box truck, semi. So yeah, 11 vehicles. There are 11 vehicles right now. And from what I understand from when I left this afternoon, one of them has 75% of a tank. One of them has 2% of a tank.
And that one
one of them is on fumes because nobody could get gas yesterday. I don't know about the other ones, right?
I would consider 2% fumes myself.
When I left, or not 2%, 10%. When I left, I was completely out. I was on fumes in my pickup, and I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to get home. And I happened to stop by a certain gas station, and the truck had just arrived. And it just left, rather. They had plenty. So I was able to fill up. And but I know that like I haven't seen since the panic buying started. I haven't seen a Mapco with gas since I was at one of the Browns Ferry Mapcos 2 days ago filling up my van. And right when my van got topped off was when they started to run out. And you could tell when they were running out because the pumps didn't want to work. Yeah. You had to fight with them.
Yep.
To get them to work.
I always buy my fuel at Costco. And I'm not sure.
By the way, John, you lit the fuse on that one. Let me tell you, on Lee Highway at one point yesterday when I was going to work, when I was running low on gas, every single gas station that I passed from where I live all the way to work, which is not counting I didn't get off any exits except Lee Highway. So all the way down 153, the two gas stations down the street didn't have any gas. Went all the way down 153, got off on Lee Highway. Then every gas station I saw on Lee Highway didn't have gas all the way to work, except for one. Sam's Club. Those bastards.
No, well, they get their gas brought in from their own supplier.
But it's not that. It's not that. You have to remember, you can't just go to Sam's Club. You can't just go to Costco. You have to be a member. So they're not worried about none of the members of Costco, they're not worried about a gas shortage because nobody else can go there except them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, A, the gas hoarders, screw you, and B, Costco and Sam's Club, during times like these, lift your restriction. Let us just get
restriction. Gas, it's a club membership.
Fuck your club membership.
Yeah,
I was running low on gas. I almost didn't make it to work this morning.
Well, here's the big thing about gas hoarders. I really hope those that got, like the big 500-gallon tanks and all that they filled up.
Mm-hmm.
Gasoline has a shelf life.
Oh yeah, I know.
3 months.
Now the thing is,
then it goes to crap.
A lot of those people are like running farms and stuff like that. Have like irrigation pumps and things like that have to run on gasoline to move water for cows and stuff like that. So, yeah, they need to fill up those things. That's their normal operating procedure. But
my family had
now the people that buy, 10 or 15 5-gallon gas cans, so they can hoard gas at their house. That's a little different. Yeah, thanks.
My family farm back in the day, back in the 70s, had a 150-gallon gas tank for my car so I could go to college back and forth for the entire quarter.
Now,
and had another 150-gallon gas tank for a tractor and had 250 diesel tanks for the other two tractors.
Right.
And that was delivered at need, and it would last 3 months, 4 months at the very least. The one that I got for me going to college, Dad said, "Hey, this is the best I can do. You paid your tuition out of what you earned, baling hay and bush hogging and everything else that we rented you out to do with the tractor. And we've got these other two tractors that burn diesel fuel. So no big deal. But if you run that 150-gallon tank dry during the 4 months you're going to school, you have to buy from a gas station." And I go, okay, well, in the 3 years that I was going to college, I only ran that tank dry once. And this is in the 70s, and I'm driving a 300 horse Chevy Impala and going out whenever and wherever I wanted to and cruising the county and doing whatever. And I was a teenager, basically. And you know how teenagers are with gasoline and driving around. But you have this stuff nowadays, meaning this week, we filled up Lindsay's car just before any of this stuff happened. She got a full tank of gas. We're talking almost 2 years worth of gas for what she drives every month. I mean, it's only one tank of gas in her car, but she drives so little. And I got half a tank in the van, and that's almost 3 weeks worth if I were driving back and forth to work every day instead of being on vacation right now, which means I only have to drive about 1.5 miles a day, if that much.
Well, I got a full tank in the big yellow truck, which is a 35-gallon tank. I filled it up 2 weeks ago. I got an Alabama credit card and 2 5-gallon gas cans, so I'm good to go.
Now,
But I had somebody ask me, well, my cousin asked me on private message, what happened to the I-40 bridge? That's what happened to the I-40 bridge.
yeah, that's not a duct tape and JB Weld problem there.
No,
that is a major problem.
Yeah. It's still possible the bridge could collapse.
They've halted all barge traffic under the bridge. You can't go north or south under the bridge until they finish this inspection to see if it's safe enough to let barge traffic go under the bridge. They're worried. They're literally worried it could crack and collapse right there.
Mm-hmm. On top of a boat. And they have halted vehicle traffic across the bridge.
Oh, yeah. Not? Yeah, that was first. But yeah, now the Coast Guard has shut the river down at the bridge. Yeah, nothing's going up or down the river.
There's some shipping interrupted. We thought the lousy driver in the Suez Canal was going to hold things up. This is going to hold things up quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And for some reason, they're blaming Tennessee for it. I don't know where that came. Apparently, it's on the Tennessee side, so that's TDOT is the one that's inspecting the bridge.
Yeah.
Who built the thing?
Yes.
Carly goes, thanks for feeding that phobia with that pic, Joe. Well, just don't cross the I-40 bridge. You're good to go.
Don't cross the Mississippi River. You're fine.
Of course, there is that glass bridge in China that had people on it when the gale force winds started rocking the bridge and all the glass panels started dropping out and the sides started cracking and falling off. And there's some poor guy out there hanging onto a guardrail for dear life. Had to hang on for 4 hours until they rescued him.
Oh, I know you've seen.
We can go on that bridge.
I know you've seen the footage of the one. I think it was in Washington State that just happened to be built at the right shape and weight so that the wind blowing through the gorge was built across.
Tacoma's Narrow Bridge.
Yes, the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Yeah.
Galloping Dirty.
Yep, and then. And that was because of the sympathetic vibrations from the wind going through, it was like watching a guitar string in slow motion.
Yep.
After Jimi Hendrix hit a power chord.
Yeah.
And it's going up and down and up and down and up and down, and suddenly that string breaks.
John and Skunk know about this, but Dan, we've got a glass bridge here in Chattanooga.
Well, I ain't going on the damn thing.
We took my granddaughter across it when she was like 2.5 years old. She just freaked out.
I can well understand. I would too.
We got her on to the center part that was white. And we went and, walked her across it and, walked her back. But she was scared to death the whole time. We left from there and we went to Walmart. And Walmart has these white tile floors.
And she thought it was still part of the bridge?
Still part of the bridge. She stopped and would not walk on the tile floor.
Carry me, Daddy.
Carry me, Papa. Carry me, Papa. Papa, Papa, Papa.
Oh, Lord, yes. But, that's the thing about life. There's so many terrors out there that if we stopped and thought about them, we'd be utterly paralyzed. But we don't stop and think about them. We just go on every day. 285 traffic. Who's sane would drive around Atlanta at 75 miles an hour in this shit where everybody else is going 3 times the speed limit? And they think it's normal.
1/4 the speed of sound.
You really?
Bumper to bumper.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, somebody somewhere makes a mistake. Doesn't matter if it's 15 miles up the road, and you got to slam on the brakes and try and decelerate 2.5 tons of steel and plastic in order to keep running up somebody else's bumper.
I've heard NASCAR drivers, the guys that run bumper to bumper 200 miles an hour at Daytona, refuse to get on 285.
Watermelon 500. I've survived it many a time, and I've learned the different roads to go around Atlanta to not have to undergo that torture again. Oh, and to think I used to do that on a motorcycle just to go to a bookstore in downtown Atlanta.
Yep.
I was nuts, and I didn't even know it. Of course, I do have to go to family reunions along Highway 40 from North Carolina to Knoxville. And the Snake is a terrifying road, let me tell you.
Oh, I got another good one for you. Something we can talk about. Have you heard about what Target has decided to not sell anymore?
Trading cards.
Pokemon cards or some shit?
Baseball,
Pokemon.
football, basketball, Pokemon, the whole works. Because apparently, a bunch of kids, some guy went in and bought a bunch of them. A bunch of kids followed him out, tried to beat him and take his Pokemon cards. He pulled a gun on him, ran him off. So Target said, well, no more trading cards.
Okay. I don't believe I would have gone that direction, but that was their decision to make. Far be it from me to say, hey, kind of tone down the greed a little bit, human beings. It's only playing cards. It's not like they actually have any real world worth.
And Brian K. Morris says Walmart pulled theirs a few weeks ago. It was rumored they had some similar incidents at their stores too. Mm-hmm. And thank you for for showing up, Brian. We appreciate you being here. Brian is a guest. Brian is a guest at Halicon this year. We officially did a spotlight on him. If you're a member of the Halicon, a Fantasy and Horror convention page, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. we'll be spotlighting our guest for the next few weeks. And John hit the wrong button again.
And you were worried that I couldn't handle ops. Well, no, I was worried that I couldn't handle ops. It's not your fault. John, come back. It's all right. We forgive you.
Oh. But yeah, there he is.
There's a few people I can pick on.
Sorry, that was entirely the wrong button.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I was going to go grab a beer and just entirely clicked the wrong game plan. I did something earlier with my mouse. I'm not sure what, but it minimized StreamYard.
Okay.
I was sitting here moving my mouse a little bit. Also, StreamYard minimized. I clicked on it, brought it back up. I can't figure out what the heck heck do it.
I did something the other night while I was composing the last song for the album somehow or another, I shrank the entire music program to a postage stamp, and it would not come back.
I've got 3 buttons on the side of my mouse. I have no idea what they do. I think I have to program them. That may be what it was. I may have hit one of those.
Hey, I've got 2 mice here. I'm afraid to hit a button on either one of them. Oh, Brian. Yeah, that's one of those things where you'll live it down within 6 months or so.
For some reason, when Joe hits broadcast, it broadcasts. If I hit broadcast, I have to wait and watch the little wheel turn.
Good night, Tim.
Good night, Tim.
I have to wait and watch the little wheel turn and wait for it to say broadcasting before I can start anything, and it drives me nuts.
That's because it's Joe's account. He has the master spell book.
No, you just go ahead, and that's why we've got such a long static built on the front end of it. Hit play on that, and then hit the start broadcast, and are you sure?
Well, what I usually do is I hit start broadcast, then start it, then hit the are you sure, and it still takes forever to get going. So
your hamsters need to be fed.
No, I think it's like you said, it's going through Joe's account, so it kind of like says, wait a minute, you're not Joe. So.
Well, yeah, that's what gave me pause last week when I started going through this stuff, and I'm going, wait a minute. If I hit this button, isn't that going to ruin everything for everybody else? And Joe goes, no, you're special. It knows you're stupid.
And Brian, you said, I'm going to tell you, it's better to not start the show and have a conversation and realize, hey, I hadn't started the show, than to start the show and talk and give a monologue for about 5 minutes and have your mic muted the whole time.
Now, who has actually done that?
Right.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Dear.
That happened, and everybody was texting him, and Brian goes, I wish people wouldn't text me while I'm doing my show. You could read his lips. I wish people wouldn't text me during my show. People instant messaging him, and you could see him clicking it all off, and like, finally he looked at one of them and goes, I'm muted. Oh.
Uh-huh. Happy days are here again. Oh, yeah, when we figure out that the mute button has been depressed instead of pressed. That's one of the reasons why I gave up doing the monthly Apelian editorial things on YouTube. The other one was by the time I got through with it, I was too drunk to figure out how to turn the damn thing off. I did get long-winded. I could not stick to a script.
You long-winded? You don't say.
Yes, my dear. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Ted Davies. I mean,
What about him?
Please.
No, Ted Davies sent me a message today, and he goes, hey, Joe, guess what? I mean, instantly. One of my fastest reply comeback texts. You saved 15% on your car insurance.
Actually, Ted and I scheduled when he's going to do an interview with me for a future broadcast in a couple of months.
Yeah,
because I'm on vacation for the next couple of weeks, so this is the best time I can do it.
Yeah. Carl Witzman says, "Wow, it's getting mean in here." No,
Carl,
Carl. We
you
just
ain't
started.
seen nothing yet. Stick around for the after show when we light in on each other.
Hey guys, we're so close to being fun on Hybrid Sons of the Gods number 7 and the RPG launch. If you haven't joined yet, there are amazing deals and benefits packaged. Now's the time.
That doesn't say
IGG.
launch. It says louch.
Okay, well, we speak typo.
Yeah, we speak Taiwanese here.
I don't.
That's because you're not an editor.
It is IGG me /@/KillingField2.
Have you seen any of the artwork that he's shown for this? It is amazing.
Who the hell is Igme?
Igme?
That's what it said, Igme.
Indiegogo.
Oh.
And that's not girls dancing in cages, John.
Oh, and just for Brian Rodman, or for Brian K. Morris, the Brian Rodman award or reward or whatever it was for the Kickstarter that he did, I am donating to the charity auction for Halicon this year. And Brian's going to personalize the gift to whoever it's going to thank them for supporting the Halicon charity.
Very nice. Very nice.
See, I did something good for him, and now I'm also going to pay it forward to a Halicon member.
Me?
Well, if you're the highest bidder.
If you're the highest bidder, yeah. Damn, I'm going to bite my tongue here in a little bit. I don't even have my dentures in, so it's not going to hurt much, but...
Brian Morris says, that is so cool of Brian, and thank you too. Yeah. See, Brian, a lot of stuff that I get from these authors, I will actually turn around and put into our charity auction. And then if I don't hit our goal, I will start auctioning off the opportunity to have somebody hit me in the face with a pie.
Your wife always wins those.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't always win it, but everybody that pays for it gives her the opportunity. And Brian says, let's talk, Joe, about what I can contribute, okay? Brian, trust me, once I get you hemmed up in a corner, yeah, we'll get stuff off the table. I mean, yeah, we'll figure out what you can donate. Dan knows. Dan knows about.
Notice how carefully I ain't saying a damn word.
Dan knows how con chairs are around authors for charity auction, don't you?
Emphasis on con, yes. Oh yeah, but charity is always worthwhile. So no matter what happens, you just kind of sit back and think of England.
And Nick's asking, what charities do we donate to? Actually, Nick, we do 2 charities. One charity is, we announce, and then the second charity, it's pretty cool the way I pull it off, is I invite a representative of that charity to show up at the convention. And during opening ceremonies, I give them a chance to tell about their charity. And then I tell them they're the second charity. And we split the money between the 2 charities.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, I've made grown men cry. Oh, Brian.
Brian. Cookie is not going to be happy with you. Then again, we never know.
Cookie may be happy. He leaves her alone.
I wasn't gonna go there, Joe. Damn it. Oh.
That even choked me up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think the beer pixies have been at this one. I've got to go get another one. Thankfully, I have just been prepared for just such an emergency. Oh, that was totally grammatically incorrect. Yeah. Somebody will edit me.
Carly, what sort of things do we auction off? We auction off artwork. We auction off books. We auction off posters. We auction off, oh, good grief, just about anything we can get our hands on.
Mm-hmm.
One year we had a knife vendor throw a sword up on the table.
Nick.
Ooh. Was that
Just getting Nick's attention for that. Nick needs to know about that.
I was wondering if that was Hank or if it was somebody after Hank had passed away.
No, this was during one of Dutch's conventions.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't know anything about that, but Hank Reinhardt would have still been alive at the time. So.
Oh yeah, but he never showed up at a Dutch convention.
No.
Who was that, Skunk?
Hmm?
Who was that threw the sword up there?
Joe, you're asking me to remember. You're asking me to remember something after I've been drinking.
Yeah.
I don't know what Halicon that was. I don't even remember. I don't remember what year it was. I remember the sword. I don't remember who donated it. I remember I was trying to help out with the auction. But the person who is running said auction is not. I was trying to help, and I was making things worse, and I just gave up and walked away because she's got her whole entire organizational system done to the point where like I just could not help. She was appreciative of me trying to help her, which was your call. You wanted me to go up there and help. I said okay. She was just like, I got it. And I'm like, okay, all right. So the only thing I was doing was moving heavy stuff for her. So I pretty much just sat there the entire time. So I don't remember nothing.
I think one of the best things we've ever auctioned off was the Three Stooges banner. I think that was the coolest thing I auctioned off.
I have a Halicon poster in my room. That's the only one I have. It's from 2015.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what 2015. If 2015 was 2015 the last.
16 was Dutch's last.
Dutch's last year. Okay, I think I tried to. I think 15, I tried to get 16. I couldn't do it.
15 is when he told everybody I'm quitting. All right, stop that. Go away. Nick says, shoot me my mailing address and messenger. I will, Nick. But to help me remember, shoot me a message tomorrow. Oh. Hey. Pops Van Zant. I don't know what Orange Cassidy means, but...
Hey, Orange Cassidy is a professional wrestler.
Oh, okay.
I think he's making fun of me
Oh,
because I'm
okay.
wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, when I first had a chance to actually throw a conversation with Pops Van Zant, I asked him if he was from the New Jersey Van Zants or the
Florida.
Florida Van Zants.
And
Nick
his
would
answer was,
he goes by Van Zant in honor of the Florida Van Zants.
Gotcha. I
okay.
was wondering.
Yeah. Now, Dan, do you know who the New Jersey Van Zants are?
Well, since you asked the question, I would hazard a guess no.
Do you know who the Florida Van Zants are?
Well, those would be the ones associated with Leonard Skinner. Oh, the New Jersey ones would be the ones associated with Bruce Springsteen.
Yep.
Okay. It takes me a minute, but I can eventually
Tony
shift
Soprano.
gears. No.
Pop
Tony
says-
Soprano doesn't have enough class.
Yes, he does.
Pop says
No.
Skunk is sporting the look, and he says, "What's up?" And he said it's a stage name. Okay.
Mm.
Oh. I was supposed to muted my mic and gone off screen for that. Y'all didn't need to see that.
You know, Steven.
Why? You're not wearing a wife beater, so.
Hey, Dan, you know Steven Van Zant was a star on The Sopranos, right?
No. Why
Yeah.
would I know that?
Oh, I thought maybe you were a Sopranos fan.
That would presume that I actually watch television.
Well, you're big into murder mysteries and stuff like that. So,
Not the fictional ones, just the real ones.
Okay, who killed Joan Benet? Sorry.
Now that one is a serious mystery. Is she dead, or was she kidnapped? The consensus is she is dead.
They found her body.
Yeah, well,
They found
consensus, a body. I don't know. That one I am undecided on. The choices are all they're all cruel. Either it's something that is so far beyond the pale as to be unmentionable, or it is one of those things that is going to forever be unsolved. It's either a stranger or not. And it is the or not that is really, really horrible to contemplate.
I'm saying the not, and I'm saying actually the murderer will never serve justice because they are no longer living.
Well, that so often happens.
Yep.
There are a lot of people that think that the Zodiac killer is still alive, and I'm going, that's one of those things where if that's right, then it wasn't any of the suspects at the time, and I'm pretty much inclined to think that even if it wasn't any of the suspects at the time, that particular killer has long shuffled off this mortal coil.
Wait, but no, the Zodiac killer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a U.S. senator from Texas.
Tom Cruise? No.
You mean Ted Cruz? Not
Do
Tom
I?
Cruise. Tom
Do
Cruise is a
I?
totally different guy.
Do
But
Hey,
there was that thing where
Theory,
somebody
you
was
can't
holding
not-
up a sign that said, we know that you're the Zodiac killer. And he was in the middle of a speech and he turned and he looked at it and he gave this weird smile and he pointed at it, then went on with his speech. And it was one of the funniest things ever. And it was just like, it's a wink and a nod. He's telling us he's the Zodiac. I don't even know where that whole entire thing started from, but it was pretty funny.
I thought they said the Zodiac killer was a police officer.
I don't know who the Zodiac killer is.
No, they don't. The best suspect was somebody that matched all the profiles and some of the forensic evidence, but couldn't have been proved to be at any of the locations.
Well, who was the police officer?
That would have been somebody in a costume.
No, it was one of the out west serial killers. Come to find out, he was the detective on the case.
That wouldn't have been Zodiac because the guys that were investigating that were pretty much in the public eye the whole time and not able to escape that microscope long enough to actually commit any murders. Although I can't rule out the possibility that there's somebody else that reminded you of that had something. Hello, Don.
Good night, everybody.
Right.
His master's voice. Time to feed the cat.
I ain't dumb. I know to run.
Oh, his mic's still on.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, I got to behave now, guys.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Why start now?
Exactly. She already knows what you're like. She married you. She knows what you're like behind the scenes.
She knows what you're like, and she married you anyway.
Now, John has the most valiant point, not to mention salient point, but valiant to be able to say that and not get kicked off.
Like I said, thoughts and prayers go out to Donna. Nothing's wrong with her. She's just married to Joe.
Oh, come on now. We've all known Joe for how long? He's not that bad. He's just focused.
Who are you trying to kid?
And y'all think these are cigarettes, right?
I knew there was some kind of cigarette.
She said, "Thank you, John."
Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh Lord, this thing keeps every time I pull the chair up, I shift the.
Yeah, I'm like Cassandra Peterson on a trampoline, busted.
I think Cassandra Peterson in any way, shape, or form would probably fit that description.
I love that scene from the Elvira movie, the very last scene where she finally gets her gig in front of the audience. That's talent right there.
Oh. There are a lot of people out there scrambling for photographs of Cassandra in the Elvira outfit and in character and everything, and going all through that. And they go, I'm old enough to remember the magazine spread with Cassandra being Cassandra and not Elvira. And
I still say she needs to do a movie and be Dolly Parton's evil sister.
Hey, if you could do one where there was a good witch and a bad witch and put the two of them together and write it in a very unexpected way, both of them would sign up for it. And it would be entertaining as all good out.
I keep tempting to just buy a year pass to Dollywood and hang out there and stalk for Dolly, just tell her, you need to do a movie with Cassandra Peterson and have her be your evil sister.
Or have Dolly be the evil sister. That's what I'm saying. Either way the script was written, it would be entertaining.
I kind of like that idea. Dolly's the evil sister.
Oh, and Cassandra.
Dolly's the evil sister in charge of the corporate empire, and Elvira's actually the good sister who's like sneaking around behind the corporate empire doing all the good stuff.
And like, you know that is a very Terry Pratchett reference.
And what would be really funny is it turns out that Elvira is the one who's sending all the free books to all the school kids in East Tennessee. And Dolly doesn't know anything about it, but everybody keeps congratulating her for it. And she's like, what?
I would rewrite that particular bit myself, but anyway, that's above and beyond. 1981. Oh, my sweet summer child. Oh dear.
1981. I was tootling around in the Super Sport Chevelle.
That was back when Red Bank High School and Red Bank Junior High School switched places.
Yeah. They couldn't understand why they built the middle school so big when the high school was falling apart. So they took the high school away from the middle school. Or the middle school away from the... Yeah, they took the high school took the middle school away. That's what I was trying to say.
And it'll be fun till the high school takes the middle school away.
Yep.
Well, and strange enough, the elementary school and the high school are now gone. So
yep, both schools are no longer. The old schools are no longer.
One of them's a Philo?
Food City now.
Food City now. One is a Food City, and the other one's a park or something.
It's going to be a park.
Okay, here's what we should have had for news.
What?
In place of Lewis being absent on assignment, the varsity in Athens, Georgia, is going to close and be torn down and be turned into a grocery store.
The varsity?
The varsity in Athens.
No.
The one in Athens, not the one in Atlanta.
That leaves the one in Atlanta as the only surviving varsity restaurant in Georgia.
I was about to say, because the one in Atlanta has been there for so darn long. I am amazed that they haven't actually gotten rid of it up till now. I mean, it's just, that you just got to imagine what that property's worth in downtown Atlanta.
The family that owns the surviving varsity, there were two. One of them went away years and years ago. But the family that owns the one surviving varsity in Athens, Georgia, no longer has any interest in keeping the restaurant going. They have decided that it is far more to their personal advantage to have the restaurant torn down and have a grocery store built. Now, the Athens County government has already short-circuited and prevented it from becoming a high-rise hotel. And they've made all kind of behind-the-scenes deals with the property owners around the varsity property in order to keep that from ever happening. So it's going to either be a grocery store or a grocery store and a drugstore chain and a huge parking lot. But everything else around it has been saved from this sort of degradation and depredation and predation, actually, God, I'm showing off with vocabulary tonight, aren't I? But the family that owns the restaurant is no longer interested in selling chili dogs and onion rings and Orange Crush. So everybody in Athens, Clark County, and the surrounding area is going, no! Because 60 some odd years of history is about to be erased. We ain't happy about that because we're old fashioned. We don't want nothing to change. But it's going to change and we can't do anything about it. There's no way you can force the family to keep the restaurant open. There's no law that makes it possible for somebody to force them to stay in business. If they want to go out of business, tear the place down and build a
You can always
Kroger.
make them an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be moral. I can't do that. I've got children. I've got to look in the face. I can't be that evil. God knows I wish I could. Anyway, there's part of history. I'm never going to be able to get a good basket of onion rings again without having to drive 90 miles to Atlanta.
Hey, the best onion rings in Chattanooga are gone now.
Oh, man, don't tell me that.
What are you talking about, Nicky's?
Nicky's.
Oh.
You know, I used to have a bunch of friends that used to love going there and getting the fried shrimp, and I'm like, no, that's. I've never been a big fan. I used to get a lot of fried shrimp when I was a kid. That's what Mom bought. But, you know, Grandma brought home the fresh shrimp and steamed it. So, yes.
Our best hope is to pray that one of the local places gets the recipe for the batter for the onion rings and advertises it as being the varsity formula or the varsity recipe for onion rings. I mean, anybody can make a chili dog. Anybody can make a hamburger. But those onion rings were pretty much outstanding in their field.
You know, it's a beer battered onion ring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it would have to be.
Best ones are
the beer.
Well, yeah,
That's
I got plenty of beer, but
do you want to know their secret?
Mm-hmm. It's probably the 50-year-old grease that they boiled it in. Yeah.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst. Oh, PBR. Yeah.
PBR. One of the best cooking beers out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I had let a can of Guinness go flat one night last week when I dozed off in my chair, and I did not pour it out. I put it in the fridge, and the next day I went out and bought a pack of hot dogs and some buns, and I cooked an entire pack of hot dogs in Guinness stouts. Those are some of the best hot dogs we have ever had, let me tell you. The only trick is you can't bring it to a boil too quickly or it'll foam up and overflow. So you got to be gentle with the heat. And now I'm giving away cooking secrets on Stupid O'Clock. The world is slowly drawing to a close of civilization when I'm giving up cooking secrets as if I had any.
Dan, was it you that said you liked my chili recipe?
No, I think it was you that said you liked my chili recipe.
Somebody commented where I posted up my chili recipe last year.
Last year.
Yeah, my last year.
That could well have been me.
the can of Vieta chili, a dark kidney bean, a can of the Great Value hot dog chili, and fried cube spam.
No, if it involves spam, I wouldn't have been approving of it.
It was good, yeah, but good Lord. Even Donna and Greg refused to. We had to take separate corners.
Now I posted the recipe that the chili I cooked this week. A couple of days ago.
Oh yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, and I did take a photograph of it once it was done.
It looked good.
Believe me, it is good. It's not hot. It's not overly spicy. It is very filling. And believe me, it filled up that what is it, 3-quart, 4-quart crock pot, the big oval ones. It filled that sucker almost all the way up. And it has not only cooked to perfection the day I made it, but it's now been in the fridge for an extra day. And I had some before the show. And notice I have not had to mute my microphone because of flatulence. But good Lord, the peppers I put in that are much better today than they were yesterday. My sister used to have a restaurant in one of the local towns, and she had a lot of fans of her restaurant. And I kept thinking, I could come in and cook some of the stuff that I do, and you would never have gone out of business to start with. Oh, yes, Lewis does that cooker. Lewis is just an artist.
Yeah. And Nick, that is not a flat pan. That is a flat grill out on his deck. That thing is 36 inches wide and almost 22 inches deep.
Joe.
Yeah.
He's got his own Waffle House.
I don't have control.
What happened?
Well, I can't hit the button.
Oh, it's that button.
You have to hit the button.
It's that button. It's
Well, you may not have control of the button, Skunk, but you do have the ability to remind us that it is time to hit that sucker.
Yep. Oh, I can't wait till the new StreamYard layout comes in. All that stuff will be right up at the top where it needs to be. I'll be able to rearrange all this stuff.
Well, keep going, Joe. I mean, we don't have anything else to talk about for the next 2 minutes. Tell us what the improvements are going to be.
Be able to organize our pictures and our videos in the order we want them to go. Like we can do the banners.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there'll be a new way for moderators and producers to sign in.
Okay, so we won't have to use your account anymore.
You'll still be using my account, but you won't be logged into my account.
That's a very subtle difference. You're going to have to explain that one a little further.
Sort of like a moderator on YouTube or a Facebook group.
So you will still own the channel,
yeah,
but we will be able to log in as subsidiaries to your account instead of logging in as you and going, yeah.
I would be the only one with the ability to delete files, add or delete files, Certain settings for scheduling shows can be sent to some people, and everybody would be able to start, stop, and play the videos.
Okay, how about if you're on vacation somewhere, and we're having to do without you, and we had to assign the different subsidiary channels that the show is viewed on, say like the 3 YouTube and the 3 or 4 Facebook channels. Would that be your sole property, or would we be able to fill in for you?
If I'm not here, you would be able to start and stop the shows, and I would schedule the shows, and then y'all could start and stop them whenever.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Would you still have to assign the channels it was broadcast to, though? I mean, you're on vacation. You got to see the recording and then tell it to go to which YouTube channel
Yeah,
or which Facebook
I
channel?
would schedule that ahead of time.
Oh, ahead of time. Okay, that'll do.
Yeah, if you just, I don't know if you just create you a StreamYard shortcut, Dan, you can actually see all the scheduled shows that I've got set up.
Dude, I'm 63 years old. I'm not going to live long enough to read through that list.
There ain't that many right now.
Oh, armchair rocket science every 5 minutes?
No, actually,
No, not really.
I've only got 3 set up, and one I'm debating on whether I want to run it or not because the launch is at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning.
I would have to wake up and do that one as a rerun myself.
Yeah,
I'm on vacation and I'm doing real good to get out of bed by noon 30.
By the crack of noon?
You really? And I've got work to do. And I had beautiful weather today, but it was still cold as all get out. I could have been out working on the greenhouse, but no.
That's why they call this month May. It may rain, it may snow, it may be hot, it may be cold.
Well, my wife picked my vacation time. That's my only excuse. I've still got a week and a half. I can still put this greenhouse together if it'll just get warm enough for me to go outside without long underwear.
Yeah. All right, everybody hold tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space. Put out my hand touch the face of God.
And we're back.
Are we now?
I'm going to tell you that view. Scoot out of the way. Let's look at that crack just a second. Dang.
Flex tape ain't fixing that.
Nope.
Wait a minute.
That's going to require a lot of welding.
You know, have you seen the size of that beam?
Oh yeah, that's
like 2 foot square. You know, you can't tell it in this picture, but it's darn near 2 foot square.
across. It's. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm trying to find a picture. They showed a guy sitting there next to it, about where my head is actually. He's taking pictures of it, sitting on the beam. And there's another guy back behind him looking at that plate I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got 2 cracks in it. So I don't know if that's just cracks in the paint or watermarks or what. But.
Yeah, no, that.
And you can barely tell it in this picture, but if they show it from above, that thing's offset like 3 inches.
That's what I'm looking at. I can see that. That looks more like. I can't believe it's 2 foot. That looks more like 4.
No. The guy was sitting. The guy had his legs straddled across it, so
okay,
it's not that darn big.
But no, that's a replacement. That's not a.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and take that whole plate out. They're going to take 2 plates out, one on each end of it, then put the new beam in, and then bolt everything back into place, and then repaint it.
Yeah. Oh, it'll probably be painted before it ever goes in.
No, well, they'll have to that's plastic coat paint to keep the water out of all the. Well, it's supposed to keep it from rusting and cracking, but
no, that will have to be.
I know that will have to be totally replaced with a solid piece, and there will probably have to be a brace put under it, which means an entire new pylon.
They'll replace all the parts there.
Yeah.
It'll be 100. It'll be 100% replaced parts. They won't recycle anything or try to repair anything.
No. I'm just saying. Evidently, I'm a whole lot more safety conscious than they will be, because whatever caused that to crack like that, I doubt seriously it is a metal fatigue problem as much as a design problem.
No, I don't. The design doesn't look bad, but just something happened. We don't know what. So.
I would say the thing didn't have enough supports all the way across. There were too few and too far between. But unless that one is right on a pylon coming up out of the river.
No. That's out in the middle.
It's right. It's about one span. If you look in the back, you can see the span coming down. Well, let me do it. You see the span coming down an angle. If that keeps going, the next section hits the piling.
Okay.
That's like one section away from the piling.
Well, I'm sure they know a hell of a lot more about engineering than I do.
Oh, and that ain't bolted. That's riveted.
Those are bolts. That plate's bolted in, I think.
Which
It's
means
got bolt head. Those look like bolt heads to me. You tell me.
Which means somebody's got to get inside that thing.
Now, I think it's got, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's got nuts in place.
Yeah, it means somebody's got to hold the nut on the inside.
No, I think they're like welded in place. There's like another plate in there with the nuts on it, something like that.
Yep, somebody got to be on the outside with the impact. Somebody's got to be inside with the wrench.
No, you don't understand. I think the nuts are welded in place
inside the tube seal.
Inside the tube.
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of warping there too. I'm wondering if something hit that. I don't see any dents. I see some small little areas, but it looked. Of course, it could have been a tornado or a hurricane.
It could have been, yes, especially given the location.
Or an earthquake.
It could have been.
Earthquake. That's what. That's
Lord.
a good one.
The new mattress vault is right there.
Well, here's something to think about on that. One of the early warning signs of an earthquake is cracks in bridges, cracks in walls, cracks in utility lines.
If the new mattress ever lets go, there's not an awful lot in the southeast that is going to remain standing.
Nope.
Now, unless you own a lawn care business with a lot of lawnmowers, okay, and those are all new gas cans. You can tell just by looking at them.
Oh yeah.
Now, if I owned a lawn care business, I might do something like that just because I just have to get to the gas where the other idiots do. You know. I mean, if your job requires gasoline and all these idiots are stockpiling it, yeah, do that. If you're one of the idiots stockpiling it, because if I see this jackass sitting on the side of the road selling gas cans like that, like $50 for 5 gallons of gas sort of thing, I own a sniper rifle. That's all I'm saying.
And you're not going to shoot him. You're just going to shoot the gas can.
Gas can and watch all the gas drip out while he's sitting there going, no.
Oh, you might be interested in those trace overlets that were on Cheaper Than Dirt.
No. He don't want to blow it up. He wants to watch the guy watch his profit run down the drain.
When we were in Iraq, the state of Iraq subsidizes the gas sales to all the people. So they have really cheap gas prices. The problem was availability, kind of like this. They couldn't get the gas everywhere, on time, stuff like that. So basically, when the gas stations opened up, there'd be this huge line of people who'd been waiting to get gasoline. And what you'd see were some people going there with these 5-gallon cans. There were old cooking oil cans.
Oh, yeah.
The big 5-gallon square cans they use for cooking oil at restaurants. They would go in and fill those up with gasoline. And then you'd see kids on the side of the road selling these things, which was illegal because they were bootlegging gasoline. So we'd have to go around and run the kids off and then poke holes in all them gas cans and let the gas drain out in the gutters. And basically make everybody watch us do it just so they know you weren't allowed to sell bootleg gasoline. So.
And hope nobody threw a cigarette.
We didn't care. We were gone by then.
You hope you were gone by then.
Oh, we were always. Gasoline burning was the least of our worries, let me tell you.
Oh.
Gasoline burning didn't approach you at over 700 feet per second.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Now, you know the one about the guy with the big plastic tote in the back of his truck?
Yeah, and then there's the woman who was filling up
Oh, her Walmart bags.
Yeah, her Walmart bag.
Oh, there was another one with a woman filling up a laundry hamper that wasn't even solid sided. It was lattice sided. And I knew that was bullshit when I saw the photograph.
Oh, and the one.
No, the thing about the guy with the big plastic, I think it's about a 300-gallon tote
On the trailer.
On the trailer. Yeah.
Now that
My
that's the one I'm wondering if that was a
brother-in-law owns an airplane, and he has a stainless steel gas tank in the back of his truck to fuel his airplane, which is only like you fill up the plane's tanks, and you've got roughly 700 to 800 mile range, which is a trip to Tennessee and back for us. But he would always top off the tank at the airport in Tennessee, which is a teeny tiny little airport. Let me tell you, it makes Athens Ben Epps Field look like a Hartsfield International. But he would be able to do that safely. And back when he was flying his plane regularly, he would do that. He'd go right on up to the Walmart gas station and fill up that great big old huge tank, and nobody would blink because there wasn't any pipeline breakdown. There wasn't any shortage. It was just a regular thing where, oh, I'm going to fly my family to a family reunion in the next state. So my airplane has to have gas. Now, if he had done that during this period of time,
Oh, they would be losing their minds on it.
oh, hell yeah. Not only was he getting a lot of gas, but it was actually a safe container.
Oh, yeah.
Designed for gasoline. And not just regular gasoline, but the really high test.
Oh, do you know the people that are just laughing their asses off at all these people hoarding up the gasoline?
The ones that know that gasoline only has a 3-month shelf life?
No, the owners of Teslas.
Oh. Well, actually, some of those are not laughing their ass off. They're going, why are the recharging stations offline?
No, the recharging stations ain't down.
I know, but some of them are. But it has nothing to do with the gasoline availability. It's just there has been weather emergencies in that area.
Oh, Dan, have you seen some of the updates I've been posting about the big crane they're building down in Texas to build the launch tower?
No, I haven't seen that, actually. I thought I'd seen everything you posted, but evidently Facebook is not showing me that.
SpaceX had to file a permit with the FAA for this crane.
For the crane.
It's tall enough to affect aircraft in the area.
Okay, it's got to be about...
That'd be about 500 feet tall, if I'm not mistaken. Anything that approaches 500 feet has to have all the lights and towers and everything like that.
My guess was 1,000 feet, but
550 feet tall.
You ain't getting me in a bucket lift going up there. Let me tell you that right now, Sonny. I know how much them things sway around in the wind.
And it's going to be lifting, I think it's 40-ton segments.
That's going to be a heavy-duty crane right there. That's impressive.
It's the third largest crawler crane in the world.
And you know, if Elon doesn't license that for the basis of a CGI special effect for some sci-fi movie, he's going to be missing a bit. Because I bet the ground unit for that crane is a nice, beautiful piece of engineering.
Oh, it's a lever. Yeah, they had to ship the crane from Germany.
Well, they had to do the same thing with the combine that my dad owned. It was a class.
And the people on the channels are going, well, how long does it take to put this crane together? They're putting it together in a week, because this crane is one of those cranes that time is money, and we're talking thousands of dollars an hour.
Yep, I would believe that.
Now, are they leasing the crane, or are they buying it or renting it?
They're leasing.
Mm. So time is literally money.
Yes.
Mm.
I
bet it's pretty.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm surprised he hadn't built his own crane.
Give him time.
A Tesla crane.
They've already had to buy one super huge crane because they're needing it so much. It was cheaper to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He owns the crane, but he has to contract the operator.
That sounds about right.
Okay. No, wait a minute.
Yeah, I can't see permanently hiring a crane operator if you're only going to use it, like once a month. So,
are you kidding?
3 times a month.
For Tesla? They could afford to send somebody to college to learn how to run one.
Yeah, but you still have to pay them a paycheck, and that's $high paycheck for that kind of skill.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on.
And it's not. And the thing is,
you're talking what, $100 an hour?
No. Well, wait a minute. One guy does not just operate that crane. Okay, there's a team communicating with how that crane gets operated.
Minimum
it's not just one guy in the cab. It's the guys on the ground. Down, 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 left, right, back, forward. That's all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And heck, that almost takes more training than pushing the buttons. So.
Yeah.
Well,
because let's face it, if the guy tells you left when he meant right, and you destroy a multi-million-dollar rocket with a crane hook, okay, it's that guy on the ground going left, left. Oops, I meant right. Sorry.
Yeah, well, and it's the guy actually turning the wheels inside that's going to get fired, not the one on the ground.
And left is a finger, right is the thumb. Each finger has a meaning.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I know a couple of mine have a special meaning, but
and how you actually turn has a meaning.
Well, yeah, you've got to know not only direction, but you've got to know speed.
Yep.
Turn this way, this fast. Don't go faster. Okay, lift this fast only.
With this pinky now, I couldn't even be a crane signaler. I couldn't signal because the pinky actually has something. I can't curl that pinky up. That is down. That is up. Left, right.
Are you sure you don't want a beard? You probably stutter, Liz. I can read the missing fingers just as well.
But that is actually raise up and swing right.
Mm-hmm.
That is down. You don't swing left going down for some reason.
It depends on the
crane.
Depends on whether it is mounted to the ground or whether it has wheels. You don't want to go, ah!
Oh, footprint of this crane is 40 feet wide.
That's not bad. It's kind of small. How big is the crawler that they use to haul out the Saturn V's?
Bigger than that.
About an acre. Yeah.
Yeah. And had an awful lot more, let's say, not able to be rolled over ability.
When they were hauling the crane, the actual cab and early part of the crane out, it took 2 of those roll lifts underneath it. The tracks were hanging off the side, and they were actually wider than the road.
Yeah.
And you've seen that road. That's a fairly wide road.
Yeah. Well, in some cases, you had to build your own road. It's not DOT certified. It's something better than that.
Yeah. They are trying to get permission to build a road across the swamp to move stuff, so they don't have to close the road to move stuff.
Build a road across a swamp is going, oh, fuck, that's going to be expensive in my head.
Oh, permit. You got to pay for the permits across wetland.
It's a swamp. Oh, wetland. Okay, yeah. I can't hurt any snail darters or as much as I like wildlife, there are times when things need to be done in places that need the things done, that you have to say, it'd be cheaper to dig up the whole damn thing and transplant it to Louisiana than it would be to pay for your permit.
Yeah. Oh, and one of the coolest, I got to find the video. One guy's got a picture of a coyote pack watching the rocket launch.
Okay, that'd be better than the cows in New Zealand, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like,
so the coyotes are going to quit buying from Acme and start buying from Tesla or SpaceX.
It was funny. This pack of coyotes walk up and they hear the thing start to popping, so they stop and they look and they sit down. And then the rocket starts launching and they just sort of back up and just watch it go up. Like, holy crap, it moves.
I ain't fetching that some bitch. Let me tell you that right now.
I bet Wile E. Coyote is jealous of SpaceX right now.
Yeah, because he's stuck with Acme.
Well, he's a preferred customer. He gets a discount.
Yeah, only on shipping. Oh, it is really a wonderful time to be alive. There's so much going on. There's so many advances being made. I've been able to watch the entire space program from Mercury onward to today, and it's always been such a great time for everything, barring the few disasters that we have had that have forced setbacks and recalculations of everything. But Tesla is one of those things that it reminds me, SpaceX reminds me of how much fun it was as a small child to sit there and watch Mercury and Gemini launches from NASA programming.
Exactly.
And the spirit of adventure has come back to life.
Oh yeah.
When everybody's been bored with it since Apollo 11 or 12. Apollo 12.
Yeah. Now, here's something I learned last week. Remember how people were bitching about how much money they were spending to save the Hubble telescope? And the patch that they came up with called CoStar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guess what has spurred from the development of CoStar?
Enlighten me.
Advanced breast cancer detection.
Well, of course, it's always the accidental, the things that come out that have nothing to do with the original research that spur the most benefit to humanity from that original research.
Yeah.
I mean, people are always going to study what we're doing to do something else in order to find a way to tweak it to do something we've never even thought of before.
Well, it's like the two Vulcan Science Academy scholars talking. The Earth won't, or what is it? The Federation wants 2 warp cores. Didn't we just give them a warp core? Yeah. What'd they do with it? They threw it into a star. Why'd they throw it into the star to see what it'll do? Well, why do they want 2 warp cores? To see what 2 will do. I'd give it to them.
It becomes a time machine. And yeah, I actually have read that entire thread, and it is one of the most wonderful examples of what the hell would anybody trust humans for in an advanced interstellar society? Because we're the ones that go, hold my beer and watch this shit.
Or here, hold my beer. Let's see what this happens.
I'm gonna flip the switch. Anybody think I shouldn't? Overruled. Oh. Oh, now John's doing serious research.
Yeah.
I was actually reading the list of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees for 2021.
Yeah, there's some people.
Oh wow, yeah.
Tina Turner.
Finally.
Yeah, apparently there were some discrepancies about when she actually became rock and roll, as opposed to like Motown and blues and stuff. When her music actually was considered to be rock and roll. So
that's a stupid damn comparison to make.
Well, not terribly. I mean, when did she?
And Carole King.
Why would that matter?
Well, it's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She's Tina fucking Turner. She started off as a Hall of Fame. She created some of the stuff that. Oh, don't. I'm not going to go off there. I'm sorry.
And then some people, and Devo was snubbed again.
Okay, I can see how that wouldn't be rock and roll, but there should be an alternative category that would include that kind of pre-punk
and there
electronica thing.
There was a hip hop artist who wasn't born until like 98.
Jay-Z?
Yeah, was inducted in.
Abducted in, I think is the right word.
Yeah.
Version. Yeah. We kidnapped the some bitch. Oh crap, we're still broadcasting, aren't we? I shouldn't have said that.
Let me see who got Mary J. Blige, Kate Bush, Devo, Foo Fighters, the Go-Go's, Iron Maiden. Can't believe that took them that long to get Iron Maiden in there. Jeez. Jay-Z, Chaka Khan, Carole King, and Fela Kuti.
I don't know who that last one is.
Me neither. I better look that one up because
there's
Nigerian multi-instrumentalist band leader composer. Well, he's been around a while.
Well, yeah. If it's a narrow genre that doesn't get played on the radio that much, then that would explain why I've never heard his name before. But no, there were several on that list.
He was born in 1938. He died in 97.
Who?
Fela Kuti. I think I'm pronouncing his name right.
Yeah, yeah. Then he should be. I actually think some Hall of Fames you shouldn't even be inducted in until you're no longer breathing.
Well, let's not talk about hair bands of the 80s.
Oh, he used to work with Ginger Baker.
Okay. That ups the ante and makes me wonder why I've never heard of him before.
And
didn't Bessie Smith get inducted?
Should have.
In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's a legend.
She's not on the 2021 list. Oh, wait, let me check, make sure.
I mean, this was a few years ago.
Dionne Warwick is up. Todd Rundgren, Rage Against the Machine, New York Dolls, Foo Fighters. I said Foo Fighters, didn't I?
I don't see any reason for Rage Against the Machine to get any award whatsoever, but that's just my musical taste.
We've all found out Rage Against the Machine is robocalls.
Well, I thought it was basically Rage Against my printer that won't print.
It's robo-dialers.
Yeah,
they never did specify which machine they were raging against. John, please change your background. I'm getting tired of looking at that very dangerous crack in the bridge.
And I'm quite sure
Carleen is really she has a phobia about bridges to start with.
And that ain't helping matters. My damn computer restarted sometime today.
Today.
I believe there was a small update today.
Yeah, because
I did about 6 hours worth of updates on 2 of mine that had not been turned on for a month. So
yeah, there's stuff that I never leave running, like Team Viewer and
Skunk asked me to install that so that he could tweak settings on my streaming computer here. And we've never had time for it. And then a couple of weeks ago, he was going, "Oh, this is the worst piece of crap I've ever seen." And I'm going, "You told me to install it. Should I delete it? What I don't know. I can use programs. I can't write the damn things." Oh, Donna, it's not just bridges. It's roads. And there are places around here where I wouldn't feel safe taking a tank, much less my van, my wife's car, Mama's tractor. I mean, seriously.
Dan, when you come up to Chattanooga again, you are going to love 75 through the 24 split.
We will see.
Oh, Trust me, it's
Well,
you won't even know, you won't even slow down till you hit your exit downtown.
I will have to redo the entire map on the GPS then, but I will be glad to, because the last time it had me running around through downtown Chattanooga for like 45 minutes before it goes, oh, here's the road you're looking for. Oh, way over here. I'm
Dan,
going,
next time just call me.
oh,
And I
what are you gonna do? Meet me at the old hotel off of uh the where was it? You know, the one the one next to the where you used to have a Halicon, and then with the flea market across the road from where LibertyCon was.
no, if you get lost downtown, you call me. Tell me what street you're on, and I will direct over the phone give you directions.
Well, right now I've got the GPS set to take me to where I can see the choo-choo. Then I turn left, and then I can find the where LibertyCon's supposed to be.
And Donna says, don't make me rethink coming to Halicon. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, when you get to Chattanooga, all the bridges will just about be brand new within a year old, if that old. Some won't even be 6 months old.
Now wait a minute, they're up north. They won't have to come through most of the crap that I'm complaining about.
Yeah.
Um, it'll be a fairly straight shot, basically, for Donna and Carl.
The only problem they got to worry about is Monteagle.
Coming from the north.
Yeah.
Well, that's something I don't even have any experience with. So, now I
It's
will.
only a 6% grade.
Okay, that doesn't sound bad, but I've been on some roads in Tennessee that's like a 28% grade.
Well, give you an idea of percentages on grades. It drops 6 feet every 100 feet.
The one I'm thinking of drops 100 feet every 6 feet.
No, that's straight down.
Yes, I know it is. And there's a curve at the bottom over a river. And it scares the piss out of me. And I can't get low gear in the van while holding onto the steering wheel. I mean, basically, I had to hold the transmission in low and steer with one hand. And I'm going, this is why I gave up going over the Smokies.
Well, Dan, if it helps, when I leave my house, I'm on a 16% grade.
No, I don't think that helps at all, John. It doesn't help at all, Joe. No.
That's why I'm so glad when New Madrid pops the dams around here, I'm still going to be on dry land.
Joe, you might have lakefront property.
Yep.
You shouldn't have bought the Apache camper. You should have bought a pontoon boat. It's going to come in handy. I need one too, because when everything goes down, where I'm at is only going to be about 6 inches above sea level.
I'm just waiting for the asteroid to hit off the coast of North Carolina.
Well, that already happened once, but a long time ago.
Yeah, what we our house may actually get a little bit of water damage from that one.
Oh, just from wave action.
Yeah.
Like John said, beachfront property.
You know, that's not going to buff out.
No.
You heard about this?
I saw it earlier today, but I didn't go
Happened
into it
yesterday.
in depth.
This plane and a small passenger plane collided. Okay. This plane made it back to the airport with all that damage. The passenger plane had one of those new emergency parachutes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Deployed the emergency parachute, and the plane and pilot well, there's only one person on board as the pilot. Safely landed, basically.
Oh, it was a private
parachute.
plane. Private plane, not passenger plane. Private plane.
Well, it was a small.
Yeah.
It was a small passenger plane, but only the pilot was on board.
Yeah, they're both owned. Strange enough, they're both owned by companies. So,
I went for a flight. I went to fly airplane and took up parachuting.
In the plane.
There's a story. It's kind of famous among aviation enthusiasts about a DC, or the military called them C-47s. The civilians called them DC-3s.
Mm-hmm.
Classic twin-engine Skyplane. You saw the airborne troops all the time jumping outside of them, such in World War II. And there was a Japanese Zero attacked one of these C-47 cargo planes. Shot the heck out of it. Shot up so much that he ran out of ammo. Japanese pilot got so mad he rammed his plane into the back of the C-47. Basically did damage just like this to the back of that C-47. Japanese Zero crashed, pilot died. Okay. C-47 continued flying, shot full of holes with half the back end missing, and landed. They repaired the plane from parts they had from other planes that had been crashed and such, patched up all the holes, got it up and running again, and right underneath the pilot's window, they put a little Japanese flag, gave him credit for one confirmed kill.
Hell yeah. No, that's not the Goonie birds. Was it the?
They call them sky trains.
People were.
Oh,
really...
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to survive this. I'm trying to grow a beard.
At your age?
Yep.
Wait till you're 17.
This is nearly a month of no shaving. And people say I ain't got no Indian in me.
Oh, the C-47 did earn the nickname Goonie Bird in the European theater.
Okay. No, Joe, you basically have the facial structure for the Van Dyke rather than the full beard. It wouldn't look natural on you to be as pursued as I am. You wouldn't look like yourself. But the spooky devil beard that you've got is just fine for Helicon.
Oh, now, if I use some of what is that? Actually, there's a lot of hair right there. It's clear. There is zero pigment.
Well, your age is telling against you.
What do you
I'm
mean?
sorry. Well, you got dark hair, you got a dark mustache, you got a dark chin beard, but on your cheekbones and jawline, it's really not it's not coming through.
No,
That's that's your genetics.
Yep.
The color is not. It's like with me. There's no freaking color in this. It's all white.
I did some Just for Men
I'm
one
only
time.
14.
I did some Just for Men one time, and people were like, "Whoa! I didn't know you could grow a beard." Wait a minute, is that real? And they go grab and pull it. And go, ow! Quit!
Why is your skin orange? Yeah. Oh my God, I'm still jealous of my little brother. He's got dark hair, and he's not that much younger than me. And then I come to find out it is just for men. It's not the genetics that I am suffering through without complaint or many complaints. My sister once asked me why I didn't dye my hair, why I didn't dye my beard. And I go, that would be vain. And she's sporting this bright copper hair. And I'm going, honey, you're only 3 years younger than I am. Your hair's white, just like mine. You just don't want it to be.
Now, I saw a girl downtown yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday because we were going to, right before we got the damn cat. It looked like she had one of those head scarves on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost a lime green headscarf. As we got closer, I took one more look over. She dyed her hair that color.
Yeah.
It just and had it cut to look like a headscarf.
Hey, I know women my age that do that.
It was just one of those. I'm cool.
That don't look right instances, yeah.
Yeah. And there wasn't no coffee yet, so yes, I went out in public without coffee again. I know court date's still pending on the time before, but
I keep telling you, even if it's decaf, the taste will fool your mind in order to be able to function
well, Donna
briefly.
actually, I remember now. Donna had to go for blood work, and it was fasting. So the last thing I needed to do was brew coffee if she had to fast.
Yeah, otherwise she'd have hit you upside the head with a brick.
Yeah, I ain't stupid. Well, I told you about how I feel about Donna, didn't I? Every time I look at her, I get a queasy feeling in my stomach. I go into sweats. I start shaking a little bit. It's not love, it's fear.
Lie.
What?
Lie. It should be love. Believe me.
No, it's fear.
You're never going to survive to be 70.
Why?
Because you keep telling the truth.
Oh.
And I see John writing down notes in his notebook about, oh, wait a minute. I'm not married yet.
There's a reason John's not married.
I joined the army before I started dating seriously, and one of the first things the army taught me was how to avoid an ambush.
Some ambushes are worth walking into, let me tell you.
Hey, Bill, thanks for the comment on the damn cat.
Oh, Bill. And good interview earlier tonight. Oh,
Hey, guess what?
Oh, it's that time again?
No, I'll save 15% on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
You'll do anything that damn lizard tells you.
Yep.
Why eats Taco Bell?
Here, lizard. Oh, Lord. And nobody noticed the joke earlier tonight when I was replying to something Joe Dog said, and I go, oh, no kaiju, tacos. They didn't realize I was trying to distract Joe from giant monsters into something comprehensible. But they don't know us that well.
I heard them say kaiju, and as I was typing kaiju, they said, no, not a giant kaiju. I said, oh, not a kaiju. Never mind.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah, because it was on. I just wasn't paying attention. I was watching something else. Oh, dang, guys. I am tired.
Well, I'm hoping that tomorrow will actually be warm enough for me to go out and start tearing down the tool shed so that I can build the greenhouse. Today, it was nice and sunny. It was just cold as all get out.
Have you got a tractor?
No, I don't. My mom does, but my brother always has it. So
I was going to say, if you had a front bucket on a tractor, that wouldn't take long at all.
Oh, believe me, all I need is to undo about 60 Phillips head screws and take a 2x4 to the 6 layers deep, trying to prevent leaks roof of this damn thing. There's so much. There's so many shingles and there. I can't even. It would take longer to explain than it would take to tear the damn shed down.
Yeah. That's cool, Bill. Hope to see you there. If I can remember the Green Room Zone, I got to watching. I got on Netflix and just started binge watching. What was it I watched? Jupiter's Legacy. Dan, you'll like that.
From all the descriptions, no, I won't. I will hate it.
Why?
Well, it would be a bit to go into with the time we've got left in the show, but it's basically superheroes are real and they're shit hooks.
No, that's The Boys.
That's The Boys. Legacy's something new.
Yeah, Legacy is middle-aged superheroes. Just a little younger than us, with teenage kids that inherited the superhero abilities, but they don't want to. The superheroes have what's called a code. Nobody kills. But now it's getting to the point to where the supervillains are killing. And they're trying to maintain the 40s and 50s superhero code in 2020.
That's worse than useless.
So it's pretty good. There's some good conflict. Start slow. It takes about the second episode to really get rolling. But by the time you get to the fourth 5th episode, you're committed, and there's only 10 episodes.
I have read reviews that said pretty much it was gutter trash from the get-go. So I will give it an honest chance.
I liked it. Hey, I liked it, so it can't be too bad.
My screen is not frozen. I'm just going. If I raise my eyebrows that high, they will fly off my head.
I tried watching the what was it? The steampunk and the Sherlock Holmes era kids.
Nethers.
I've heard of it, but I've never experienced it. No.
3 episodes I gave up.
The thing that I really wish that I had access to watching was Doom Patrol, because I used to collect those as comic books, and I knew the premise, and I really knew.
And it's got Brendan Fraser. So.
Well, yeah, but he's cast iron.
Well,
bikini, so
still Brendan Fraser. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I have seen 3 episodes of it that were for free, and I'm going, damn, I wish I could see the rest of it, but I don't have a television.
Yeah. Well, it's that time, guys.
Is it?
Yep.
All right. I take it for granted we're not going to have an after show, so
Probably not. Well, we'll hang around for a minute or two. I got to go do some business afterwards, but I'll be right
I got to
back.
go to my mom's tomorrow and drag a bunch of stuff out of her attic so she can have a yard sale.
All right.
You're going to be working your ass off.
To our 3 viewers, we want to thank you for putting up with this crap for 3 hours. We thank you. And want to say good night. And I guess we'll catch y'all Saturday at 11. And keep your eyes out on Armchair Rocket Science for when we're going live this weekend. We got possibly 2 launches before the next stupid o'clock. So we will just keep an eye out, but definitely we'll have one. So keep an eye out there, and we will catch y'all Saturday night.